Hey fam. All right, so I had to get up and move about a little bit, because they're just doing some resetting today. Um, they're doing some resetting and some. They have an operation going on. Basically, is the best way I can explain it. Um, you know, when you hear certain things, and when I meditate, for me, it's sometimes it's about um, removing the parasites that are inside my body, the things that are holding you back, the Djinn and their agents and their parasites that they put inside you. Um, they do a good job of trying to thwart you, trying to stop you from realizing your true self. Anyway, so sometimes when I meditate, I imagine that I'm taking that negative entity and pushing it aside, taking it and removing it from my body. One of the things that they do is that they really hate this. Um, they really hate that. Um, you know, Sometimes you can look at it as impure water. I look at it sometimes as like, dirty water. If you've ever seen any of those documentaries um, about, photographing water on a microscopic level, if you pray over your water, um, there tends to be very positive things that happen with it. It tends to be um, the architecture tends to be very beautiful. But if you curse it, if you yell at it, it tends to look dirty and nasty. Um, the same kind of things are happening inside your body, and these negative entities. I see why people recommend that you meditate every single day, because they want you to be extremely negative. They want the cells and the water, and your body is mostly made up of water. They want the water inside your body to not look beautiful. They want an actual physical reaction inside your cells to look distorted and, deathly. And basically, not in its natural state. They want it to look like it's been corruption, and parasitic. And so this is one of the reasons why I know that they try to push this very negative vibration into me. Happens to me on a daily basis. Luckily, the greatest one is here and knows what's going on and works with us to help us overcome, because we wouldn't be able to overcome easily without the help of the Almighty. Um, and so, like today is one of those days where I just felt dirty and nasty. And it happens a lot of times because their agents are stationed in different areas. You never know who it is, but they like to implant you with different things. And I'll notice as I'm going through the cleansing process, these little parasites will be shot out of my chakras and out of my heart. Um, this will be a consistent thing. Happens every single day. I'm guessing um, the parasite that's inside of me lays eggs or is a portal to other negative entities that somehow invade your body. And basically, they kind of gang up on you. And so, not kind of, they do gang up on you, and then they speak to each other on the astral plane, on the physical plane, and, they use the military, they use planes, they use electromagnetic signals to increase anger in your heart. They will interrupt you, they will steal from you, they will hurt you. Like I showed you that gentleman over there in the corner over there. I had to move. They will come and literally change you, like will take away your psychic bodies, your energy bodies, and implant you so that you don't have protection anymore, and then implant you with his um, mental brain scan that might have been a part of torture, might have been a part of the negative system, might be very crazy. And I showed you, and some of the videos got deleted, unfortunately, but he was like screaming and talking to himself about stuff. And so these entities have the ability to literally, especially if you're one of the targeted individuals, you probably have tech inside you. And so they will literally replace your brain scan. All right. Um, and so it's this whole multifaceted scheme to keep your vibration low and keep you from being able to enjoy your life and meditate. And, and then they'll bring people over. A lot of these guys, you wouldn't know them. You wouldn't know them. You wouldn't know who they are or where they're from. Some of them look like normal individuals, but they're the children of these demons, of these Djinn. And they're on this planet to hurt you. And, and they keep pushing this negative energy at you all day long. And that's why I've decided definitely that I'm going to go ahead and stay clean and try to keep my body clean. Because, it'll make it much more difficult for them to interact with my body and influence it. But like today is a good example that even being clean, you still need a little help from your friends because they show up, they gang stalk you, and then they immediately start shooting entities into your body, parasitic entities. And so anyway, so I was meditating to get this negative, this water, this dirty water out of my system, and immediately started experiencing what I could only describe as micro bursts of pain. What it feels like a little tiny mini black hole pops on your skin or in your etheric body. And so it's like getting stuck a bunch of times with little microscopic needles. This is, again, another one of the things that they do when they don't like that you're trying to protect yourself from their ability to hurt you and to steal from you. They literally will try to injure your body. And a lot of times I'll feel like these microscopic, or not even microscopic, sometimes very sharp needle points into my toenails. Like if you got a splinter, if you accidentally got a splinter in your toe, that's what it feels like, but like underneath the nail. So a very sensitive part of your body, they literally stick needles into it. This is an ongoing thing. It happens every single day. That's how I know I have something attached to me, something that refuses to go away, and it's part of the Djinn system of illegally destroying your life and stealing your life force energy and disrupting everything for their agenda. And again, it's very difficult to get past it without the love of the group. Like right now, they just said Jesus Christ. This is another thing that they do. I mean, it's just like an ongoing, constant thing. And yes, they do have you attached to AI, but they also have entities that are, assaulting you as well. So it's an ongoing, everyday battle, and it's like, when do you get? It's like you got an entire gang of people, of entities ruining your life and following you around. The reality is so bleak that it's hard to keep your head up. But for me, I guess just speaking out about it and trying to be positive and moving forward will help. Um, I'm guessing because they have such a force, they're just not, and they know who they are. They're just, they don't walk. They're not shamed. They think of it as, it's my job, or maybe it's my duty as a family member, or they'll get killed or something. I have had a slight conversation with someone who said once to me, you're lucky that you could get away with the stuff that you get away with. And this was obviously an agent of their system. And he was like, you're lucky you can get away with the stuff that you get away with. I was like, why would I be lucky? I mean, do you know, like, this is supposed to be a free place. Like, why lie and try to make it so that it's not free when it's free? When it's supposed to be free? I mean, that's the real question. And then try to answer why I would be killed because I didn't follow their rules when it's supposed to be. Like, why even enact a free world unless they were trying to manipulate something? Unless they were trying to manipulate the truth that it's supposed to be free. And they're using deceptive means to destroy people. And that's why, because, and I have no doubt that they're probably they've tried to get me in their system with pushing that technology into my head, and I rejected it. They probably talk to their members and all their people and stuff like that, um, I'm a deserter, or I'm an enemy of somehow, like I don't approve of. I don't know how they do it. I don't really want to get into the psychology of what they're up to. But I do know that they will kill their people if they don't do what they say. Okay, you're just an asset. And, just like soldiers in war, they send soldiers to go fight wars for their agenda, usually to make more money and increase their power. And all these veterans come back. Like the amount of testing that they do on soldiers, biological testing, psychological testing, chipping. Like most soldiers these days need to get an RFID chip so they can get their body temperature and heart rate measured. What do you think that's about? Okay, and not to mention the drugs and stuff that they give them to keep them up, and who knows what they put in the water. It's like life is just meaningless to them, and they spit at life. And so that's why I get what they're doing. I just also get that they don't have the right to do it, but they have such an overwhelming force of people and of their children running around, just following you everywhere and doing things that you can't see. And if you decided to go and do anything about it, they probably lock your ass up. Because some of these people go crazy and start shooting rampages. And I'm not saying that's everywhere, but it's bad. It is a very bad thing where they want to break you, and they will gang up on you. They will be bullies. They will bully you and bully you and bully you until you give in. And the only way to get past that is through meditation. Anyway, so I was meditating, and it will interrupt you as well. And so I tried to move this dirty water out of my system, and all of a sudden I started experiencing all these little micro shocks in my body. And so they physically attack you as well. And I think this is unacceptable.